Have you ever wondered why so many people with college degrees are struggling to make ends meet, while workers in forgotten trades are quietly building profitable businesses with tools their grandparents kept in the garage? Some of these skills have almost disappeared from the public consciousness. But the demand for quality, personalized, and specialized work never disappeared. And that is exactly why experienced workers in these fields can charge premium prices. And the final trade on this list may be one of the most overlooked opportunities of all. It can be operated from a small room, requires no storefront, and has fewer competitors every year. This video is provided for educational and informational purposes only. The prices, income examples, startup costs, and business opportunities mentioned may vary depending on location, experience, licensing, competition, operating expenses, and local demand. Nothing in this video should be considered financial, investment, tax, or legal advice, and no results are guaranteed. Consider window screen repair. In many suburban neighborhoods, the screens on homes are decades old, brittle, and torn. Homeowners often find that buying new custom-sized screens from a big box store is prohibitively expensive or impossible to source for older window frames. By offering a mobile screen repair service, you solve a direct problem of aesthetics and pest control. The barrier to entry is low, requiring only a spline tool, a roll of mesh, and some aluminum frame stock. Because this is a low-cost, high-convenience service, you can charge per screen, and the profit margin on materials is significant. Next, consider the art of knife and scissor sharpening. Modern kitchen knives often lose their edge within months, and most people do not have the skill or the equipment to restore them properly. A professional sharpening service at a local farmer's market, or through a pickup and delivery model, can become a consistent revenue stream. You need a set of high-quality whetstones or a professional belt grinder, but the real value is in your technique. When you return a set of dull, dangerous knives to a razor-sharp finish, you build instant trust, leading to repeat customers who value their culinary tools. Then there is the growing niche of vermicomposting and organic compost production. As urban gardening continues to rise in popularity, residents in cities are looking for high-quality, nutrient-dense soil amendments. If you have the space to manage worm bins, you can produce premium worm castings. This is a business that turns organic waste into a valuable product that sells for a premium price to local hobbyists and small-scale farmers. It requires patience and an understanding of biology, but the capital investment is minimal compared to the recurring value of the product. Firewood preparation and delivery remains a classic yet often ignored enterprise. In many rural and semi-rural areas, homeowners with wood-burning stoves are constantly looking for reliable, seasoned firewood. Many suppliers sell green or wet wood that burns poorly, creating a gap in the market for someone who is willing to properly stack, dry, and deliver quality seasoned hardwood. This trade is physically demanding, but it offers a predictable income cycle that aligns perfectly with the seasons. Consider cane chair restoration. Many antique chairs with woven seats are discarded simply because the cane has snapped or frayed. The skill required to weave a seat is rare, and because it is time-consuming, very few people offer it as a service. This means that if you master this craft, you have almost no local competition. You can charge a premium for the labor-intensive nature of the work, often turning a piece of furniture destined for the landfill into a valuable heirloom once again. Traditional hand-painted sign lettering is a dying art in an era of digital vinyl printing. However, local businesses are increasingly seeking the authentic, tactile look of gold leaf or hand-painted signage to stand out. This is a high-skill trade that requires artistic ability and patience. Once you establish a reputation, you aren't just selling a sign. You are selling a brand identity that digital printers simply cannot replicate. Estate sale and garage sale reselling is a trade that relies on the treasure hunter mentality. By learning how to identify valuable vintage items, tools, or furniture amidst a sea of clutter, you can curate a profitable inventory. This requires knowledge of market trends and the ability to negotiate. The challenge is in the logistics, but the potential for high-margin flips is substantial if you know what to look for in a pile of forgotten items. Watch and clock repair is perhaps one of the most technical trades on our list. As mechanical watches and vintage clocks become more prized as investments, the number of qualified horologists is shrinking. A person capable of cleaning, oiling, and calibrating a delicate movement is a rarity. This is a high-ticket service where customers are willing to pay significant fees to have their grandfather's watch or a mantel clock restored to working order. Clothing alterations and bridal alterations are evergreen needs, regardless of the economy. People need their clothes to fit well. Bridal alterations specifically represent a high-margin niche within the sewing world. Because wedding dresses are delicate and expensive, customers are willing to pay top dollar for a skilled seamstress who can ensure a perfect fit. This is a business that can be started from a spare bedroom with a professional-grade sewing machine and a keen eye for detail. Wood fence repair is a service that is constantly in demand but rarely advertised. Over time, fences rot at the base or lean due to wind and soil movement. A specialized service that focuses on repairing or replacing individual panels rather than selling an entire new fence is highly attractive to homeowners. You are effectively saving them thousands of dollars, and your service becomes the default call for neighbors in the area. Piano tuning is a specialized skill that combines music theory with mechanical precision. A piano is a complex instrument that requires regular maintenance to stay in tune. Because there are fewer people training to be piano tuners, the existing professionals are often booked months in advance. If you have a good ear and the patience to learn the mechanical aspects of the instrument, this is a business with very little overhead and a high degree of professional respect. Taxidermy, where legally permitted and ethically practiced, is a niche that serves hunters and wildlife enthusiasts. This is as much an art form as it is a trade. It requires a deep knowledge of anatomy and chemistry. Because the results are permanent and highly visible, a taxidermist with a strong portfolio can command very high prices for their work. Antique furniture restoration is the process of bringing life back to wood that has been damaged by time, sunlight, or neglect. This involves stripping old finishes, repairing veneer, and applying traditional stains or polishes. It is a slow, methodical process that requires an appreciation for history. Customers who own family heirlooms are rarely looking for the cheapest option. They are looking for the person who will treat their piece with the most care. Vending machine routes are a more modern, automated take on the trade model. By managing a route of machines in high-traffic areas, you are effectively running a small-scale retail operation. The secret to success here is location scouting and inventory management. It requires an initial investment in the equipment, but once the route is established, it becomes a system of replenishment and collection. Custom picture framing is a service that elevates art and photography. While anyone can buy a frame from a craft store, a professional framer provides archival quality materials and custom designs that protect and enhance the artwork. This is a business that thrives on local partnerships with artists, galleries, and interior designers. Shoe and leather repair is a trade that many thought would vanish, but it is currently seeing a resurgence due to a shift toward sustainability and high-quality footwear. People are choosing to resole their boots rather than buying cheap, disposable alternatives. A skilled cobbler is a local hero to those who value their investment-grade leather goods. Local locksmith services offer a high-demand, emergency-based business model. Whether it is helping someone locked out of their home or rekeying a new property, the need for a trustworthy locksmith is constant. This requires certification and strict adherence to local regulations, but the nature of the business means that you are often the first person called in a time of need. Traditional bookbinding is a niche art that focuses on the preservation of history and the creation of custom journals. In a digital world, the tactile nature of a hand-bound book is becoming a luxury. This is a trade for those who appreciate paper, glue, and thread, and it can be marketed to authors, artists, and historians looking for long-term preservation of their work. Wood furniture and cabinet repair is a service focused on functional longevity. Scratched cabinets, broken drawers, or wobbly tables are common household complaints. A professional who can perform on-site touch-ups and structural repairs provides a massive convenience factor, saving the homeowner the cost and stress of a full kitchen or furniture replacement. Finally, specialized home maintenance services such as gutter cleaning, pressure washing, or holiday light installation offer a recurring revenue model. These are tasks that homeowners are physically unable or unwilling to do themselves. By focusing on a specific service and becoming the most reliable provider in your zip code, you can build a stable, profitable business. But learning the skill is only the first step. The moment customers begin calling, a new challenge appears. You must keep track of names, appointments, estimates, invoices, expenses, payments, job notes, and follow-ups. Without a system, Even a talented worker can quickly lose control of the business. This is where Prime Voice One Pro can help a small business maintain a more professional and organized operation. By keeping your client details and job history in one place, you ensure that no lead is lost and every customer receives a timely professional estimate. A valuable skill may bring in the first customer, but professional organization is what helps transform occasional jobs into a real business. When you look at these trades, you have to ask yourself, what happens when demand remains strong, but fewer people know how to perform the work? You do not need to quit your job on Monday morning to start. A smarter approach may be to begin with 5 to 10 hours per week. Practice the skill. Complete small jobs for friends or neighbors. Photograph every before and after result. Collect honest reviews and reinvest the first earnings into better tools. Before you begin, you must research your local business licenses, trade-specific certifications, insurance requirements, and tax obligations. Safety is paramount, especially when working with power tools or in other people's homes. Understand the costs of your materials and factor them into your pricing so that you are always operating with a healthy margin. Remember, your local reputation is your most valuable asset. A satisfied customer may generate more referrals than any amount of paid advertising. The modern labor market convinced many people that working with their hands was a second-class option. But when a skill solves an urgent problem that very few people can handle, that skill becomes more than a trade. It becomes leverage. While thousands of applicants may compete for the same office position, a skilled local craftsperson may be one of only a handful of people capable of repairing a valuable chair, tuning a piano, restoring an antique clock, or saving a customer's favorite pair of shoes. The opportunity is not in learning all 20 trades. The opportunity is in identifying one skill that matches your patience, interests, abilities, and local market. Which of these forgotten trades surprised you the most, and which one could you realistically see yourself learning? Share your answer in the comments. You do not need to master 20 skills. Choose one. Research it carefully. Practice it consistently, and find the first problem you can solve for a real customer. If this analysis gave you a new perspective, like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone who may be searching for a practical business opportunity. The path to profitability is often found in the skills that everyone else has ignored. Start today, stay organized, and build something that lasts.